doing here?
Crystal Palace even beat them, my God. Huddersfield thumped them 4-1. It's been some really odd results.
Stewart's a Saints fan. He's up next. Stuart, good evening.
Good evening. Happy New Year to you all.
And to you, Stuart. Off you go.
Oh, dear. I need some tender love and care, I think, after tonight's performance. We were shocking. Absolutely shocking. Before I get on to that, a couple of other things that you've been talking about in the last 10 minutes. The referees are worse today than they were 10 years ago, and some of them are absolutely shocking. Now, in their defence, I will say that the game is much quicker today than it was 10 years ago or 12 years ago, and I think we're fast coming to the point where we've got to have a referee in each half. They cannot keep up with play, some of them. That's all I want to say about that. The Arsene Wenger thing, I think he has every right to say what he wants to say to a referee behind closed doors. He obviously can't say it in public, but if he wants to actually say to the referee exactly what he thinks, he's entitled to do that behind closed doors.
Even question his integrity? Question the referee's integrity?
Absolutely.
Well, I think, Stuart, honestly, I don't think you're a proper football fan.
Okay, come on, I'm not having that one.
I don't think you're a proper football fan, Stu.
For 50 years.
Really?
You are talking rubbish.
Really?
You are talking rubbish, man. Rubbish.
Well,
Let me finish. Just let me finish. I will not be accused of not being a proper football fan.
You don't sound like one.
I was watching football before you were born. Now, shut up. The referees need to be spoken to like that. They might up their game a bit. And that is the absolute truth of the matter.
So why, listening to you now, Stuart, you're an angry man. You're an angry man. I think the way you're talking is appalling.
Tonight's game at Southampton. You know, we were sat there, and after 30 minutes we were saying, because we were awful to start with. I know we scored a goal, but Crystal Palace didn't even turn up. But after 30 minutes, Crystal Palace started to get their act together a little bit, and we actually said, if we don't improve, we're going to lose this game, and that's exactly what we did. And I think that we've actually got to change our manager in this week. We've got a lot of money in the bank now from the Van Dilk thing. I don't think that this guy should be allowed to spend. We've got too many mediocre foreign players playing for us at this minute in time.
What's the nationality got to do with it? What's the nationality got to do with it?
One or two more players don't want to be there. Ryan Bertrand, I think, is one of them. The final whistle tonight, he was gone like a lamplighter down the tunnel. So if he doesn't want to play for the club, fine.
So what about, okay, let me ask you this then, Stuart, okay? You're talking about managers. You're talking about managers should be able to say what they want to referee. I disagree. You cannot question a referee's integrity. I say go back to what I was saying. Proper football fans. No, you can't. No, you can't. Proper football fans wouldn't say that. I don't believe you're a proper football fan. To come out and say that, and then you're coming on criticising your manager, criticising him. What about who employed him?
I don't think it's good enough.
Who employed him?
I don't think he's good. Well, absolutely. I don't disagree with what your question.
Did you want Poyel out, Stuart? Were you one of those that hounded Poyel out? Were you one of those that hounded Poyel? You didn't think he was?
I didn't think he was good enough.
Well, you're part of the problem at your club. You're part of the problem because fans like you have turned the owner's head. They're listening to the fans, and part of the reason you're where you are is for fans like you, so-called fans like you.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, I don't agree with you. I think Puel, I don't think was good enough for the Premier League. Now, what I will say at Leicester, he's got a better squad of players than what he had at Southampton. I will give him that. He's got a first-rate striker. He's got an excellent goalkeeper. He's got a brilliant midfielder, and he's got half a dozen players that roll up and fight their corner. We haven't got that at Southampton.
Stuart, listen.
At all.
Stuart, we're running out of time. Can I just say, I can only apologise how rude Jason was to you, but thank you for phoning up, Stuart.
That's all right. No worries.
Managers can't say what they want to referee.
I think you're a real football fan, Stuart.
I did take it. Thank you very much, and I am. You know, and I got red and white striped blood in me, and I do object as not being to being called not a proper football fan. Actually.
Yeah, I can apologise, Stuart.
Sorry.
Well, you can say
not very nice.
you can. Well, I mean, you're such a hypocrite. I mean, you can say that managers can say whatever they want to referees, which you cannot question their integrity. As soon as I say something, we don't like it. Hypocrite.
What am I doing here? Look at them bushes out there. They're moving. There's an Indian behind every one of them. Mr. Costa, may I be excused for the rest of the afternoon, please? Want to change my library book.